All right, we're going to go from the hits to kind of a little more of an obscure tune. In the early days of Sesame Street, there was a lot of fringe characters like Guy Smiley, the game show host. Any Guy Smiley fans? Yeah. He was the best. Well, fringe, yeah, compared to Ernie and Bert and Big Bird and Oscar. Come on. Anyway, there was the resident sleuth who was looking for things when things would get lost, was a character named Sherlock Hemlock. And yeah, remember Sherlock? But his signature tune was a song called X Marks the Spot. It's the one song I do believe to this day written about the letter X for Sesame Street. Awesome. Sherlock would have dug that version, I think.
While you're talking, I'm going to grab the G part.
All right. So this next, we're going to go from kind of the lesser-known Sesame Street to the fringe of Sesame Street. This next tune actually never even appeared on the TV show Sesame Street. When Sesame Street kind of exploded and they started merchandising in the early 70s and selling records and puppets and dolls and everything, there was so much demand for music, and they didn't have enough songs in the first couple of seasons to keep putting out new content. So they started making records of just songs for a certain character. So there's a record called Grover Sings the Blues, and it's all just Grover singing, and a couple of them, you could find it. It's still on eBay or on YouTube, but my favorite tune from that record is a song it's a ballad called I Am Blue. And on the liner notes, it says, "Because I am." Yeah, check it out when you get home. YouTube, I Am Blue, Grover sings the blues. People always ask me all the time in interviews when I talk about this project or with Sesame Street, who's your favorite character? And it has to be Grover, and really for one reason only. It's just because as the guy who writes all the underscoring, I have to watch the same scene like 30 times, before. So Grover's just hilarious. So I could watch Grover 30 times in a row, and he makes me laugh. So, although there's a new character, for those of you who don't have kids, there's a couple seasons ago we started a segment called Monster Foodies, and it's a food truck with Cookie Monster, and there's a new character named Gonger. He's from the Sesame Street has a show in England called the Furchester Hotel, and Gonger came over from the Furchester, and he's hilarious too. So, just as a little public service announcement. Well played. The puppet service announcement. Anyway, we're gonna go to the kind of ridiculous side of early Sesame Street. There was a character named Bip Bipidoda, which most people don't know his name, and he was this crazy, long-haired, long-bearded, wild character that Jim Henson created, and most people know him from the song Mana Mana. So Bip had a few hits, and we're gonna play a little medley of our versions of Bip Bipidoda songs. So we're going to start with Mana Mana. We're going to go into everybody's song, and we're going to finish with actually a song called Fat Cat, which is my favorite, all-time favorite segment ever at Sesame Street. One, two, Thanks so much. Thank you. That was yeah, Bipidoda medley. You should check out Fat Cat. If you do yourself a favor, you need a laugh, you're having a bad day, go to YouTube and type in Sesame Street Fat Cat. Trust me, it's worth it. We're gonna play something from our first recording that became kind of a mini hit when we were doing some gigs around the first recording. And this one is also one of my favorite segments. It was actually done not until the 80s, and it became a signature song that a lot of guests would come on this show and sing this. And Sesame Street has a resident jazz musician. It's Hoots the Owl. Does anyone remember Hoots? Yeah. So Hoots, for any jazz fans, Hoots was actually the saxophone parts were played by the great Lou Marini. You'll know Lou Marini from the Blues Brothers movies, and from Saturday Night Live and a bunch of other things. But we're going to feature Jeff on this one, and the shtick of the song is Ernie of Ernie and Bert is learning to play the saxophone, and he keeps squeaking and can't figure out why. And the reason is because as he's playing the saxophone, he won't let go of his rubber duck. So Hoots tells him, Ernie, you have to put down the ducky if you're going to play the saxophone. So this is Put Down the Ducky.
I want to eat the ducky.
You forgot about the channel.
No, I know. You're right. So we had some. Like I said, when the first record came out, we were doing a bunch of gigs. Jeff had this squeaky toy he was using to do squeaky toy solos, but decided that he needed a rubber duck. So he found the website. This is a true story online called squeakyducks.com.
Squeaky duck.
Yeah. Can you?
Bullshit.
So Jeff, of course, ordered one, and it didn't squeak at all. So, but given that this is the ducky portion of our program, we're going to continue with another ducky soon. Actually, this is going to be the last tune of the night. Yeah, sorry to say, but this is maybe. You guys could jump in on this song. Trust me. Before I do, once again, Jeff Lederer on the saxophones. Yep. What? That's right. Guilford resident. Yes. I'll say again.
I'm two houses down from Fenway. Yep. Oh.
And Stephen, who's not from anywhere near here, Stephen Bernstein on trumpets. Sean Conley on the bass. Michael Serene on the drums. Yeah. And I'm Joe Feidler. We are Open Sesame. And we have CDs for sale if anyone's interested. Does anyone even want CDs these days? Yeah, like Steven does. Me too. But if you do, we have them downstairs. Or you could get this music anywhere you stream your music or get downloads. So we're going to finish with Jeffrey Moss's classic Sesame, Rubber Ducky. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Next Stage Arts, for having us. Thank you, Keith Marks in specific, for having us here and for being such a gracious host. And thank you all for coming out. We are Open Sesame. Thank you very, very much. One more. I will do one more short one for you.
I mean, I gotta wait another 10 minutes to go to the Holiday Inn?
It's funny, in the first recording, I was really fascinated with these early animations that Sesame Street did. The pinball number count we did, and there's just so many incredible psychedelic things that they did in the early 70s on Sesame Street. But one of the most sweet ones, and that's one of the most favorites over the years, is a animation called the Ladybugs Picnic. So we're going to do our version of the song, the Ladybugs Picnic. Sean Conley, Michael Serene, I'm Joe Fudler. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Next Stage Arts, one more time. Thank you, Keith Marks, for everything and for making this all possible.
Thank you.